Okay. Unfortunately, I'm not famous enough to write a quote that'll actually be known. Anyway, George Canning once said that indecision and indecision and delay are the parents of failure. My younger self would probably think, screw that, because I was always a dreamer. I would always dream of being successful. But the issue was that I actually never knew how to actually become successful, what I actually had to do. So I would always assume that a magical genie would appear and give me three wishes. It never came. Let me elaborate quickly. When I was around the age of 7 to 8, I wanted to be an interior designer. I thought it would be really easy and I thought I could be successful. But I was wrong. I wasn't fully dedicated to it because while I wanted to be an interior designer, I found out that there was something else called a fashion designer. And the thing was, I was very young at that age. So I thought just getting a job and doing stuff would make me successful. So I would always wonder whether I should go for an interior designer or a fashion designer. But I experimented both at the same time, and it was really chaotic. I began to draw house layouts and furniture. I also began to draw dresses that looked like literally Peppa Pig's dress, and pants that looked like two boxes connected. Anyway, while I was still stuck in the middle of a session with interior designing and fashion designing, I suddenly wanted to become an actress. Because the actors on TV seem cool. Wow, I'm gonna become one of them and I'm gonna be super duper rich. Yeah, at that time, I wanted to do three things at once without even knowing any of the bad stuff that comes with it. But to make things even worse, I was like 9 to 10 years old at that time. So I didn't have any experience at all. But I was dreaming of something that I knew I couldn't achieve, even when I grow up, because I knew that wasn't really what I wanted. I just followed other people who are literally in their 40s because I saw that they were successful. And I thought that if they could do it, then become successful, then so could I. Moving on, I found that there is something called an online web designer. So then again, same thing. I wanted to be a graphic designer. Then I didn't have an experience. Then I thought I'd be successful. I just took that job. Then I wanted to be an influencer and gain money and followers. Then I wanted to be a teacher. So in conclusion, I wanted to be five things at once. I was very indecisive. And if I'm gonna be raw, I still am. But there's one thing that I had wanted ever since I was born. Even though I knew I wanted those things, I had always wanted to become an author. But the thing is, I knew that authors can't make money quickly. And especially authors people didn't know, new authors. So I was very excited when I found out that my school was holding a writing competition. And of course, I signed up. But I still wanted to be those five things. And I wanted to start getting more experience in all of those jobs. So while I was working on the competition, I realized I actually had a chance to become an influencer. I found out that I could just upload videos every day and become successful. Yeah, well, I guess you could say that I realized that I was already going after something that I really, really wanted, writing a book. Writing that 75 worded book meant everything to me. Because this is my story. My story is my proof that you will need to know what you want to be successful at in order to achieve literally any goal. I focused on writing that 75 worded book. I brainstormed, I asked for help, I focused on the entire competition as it went on. Because while I was participating in the competition, I paid no attention to the other things I wanted to do. Because if I had, then I wouldn't have paid full attention to the dream I was actually focusing on at that moment. And I would describe the competition as competitive. It was nationwide. And since every school had different curriculums, I knew that there were going to be people who were obviously better than me, with better sentence structure, better vocab, etc. But the judges were also considered as picky. It was nationwide. They had to judge. Come on. And well, I knew that I wasn't fully guaranteed to get in. So I knew it wasn't really the right position to goof off. And yeah, because I paid attention to it and it only my story was high quality. So I succeeded. The story was published. And when I found out it was published, I realized something. I had these interests that weren't related to each other in any way. These were interests. I thought that if I got these jobs, I would become successful. Then I would be happy. But the thing was, I had never even tried to get experience for any of these jobs. I never researched about it, and I never learned about it, and I hadn't tried new things that related to it. I I didn't want these jobs. I wanted the money. I wanted the fame. I wanted the success. But writing, I had given my all, and I will continue doing so. Why? Because I'm dedicated to it. I wanted it, and I didn't just want the success that came along with it. It was the beauty of it behind the money and the success that I wanted. So ever since then, I knew what I wanted to be successful at. Thanks to that, I'm writing more and more books, working my way up. And this is my experience of how I achieved my definition of success. Thank you.